This is the full tutorial on how to use Siser EasyColor DTV with only your cutting machine, inkjet printer and heat press. Let's go! Once you're on Cricut Design Space, you're met with this page. I'm going to start a new copy. So I'm going to click on new here. And then now I've got my blank template. So with using Siser EasyColor DTV, you can either get an image yourself from Cricut Design Space by pressing on images and searching for the type of image that you want here. But I've already got an image that I am going to kind of manipulate and edit. So there are different ways. The image I'm focusing on is Ghana Independence because it is Ghana Independence, and I wanted to wear something to work just to represent Ghana Independence. So I just say I will search in Ghana, and then I can pick any image that I want from here. So I've got Cricut Access, so I do have quite a lot of images, but you can get images, as I mentioned, from Canva. You can get images, make your own AI images, which I've done previously, which I've done already here to show you guys the image of. But I'm just giving this as an example. Say you wanted to use this image, you will click on the image, double click it, or sorry, not double click, press this plus sign to add it to your canvas. And let me clear this now. And as you can see, this image now, it's a cut file. But whenever you want to use Siser EasyColor DTV, it must be a print then cut. So the best way to get that is select all of your image. I'm just showing you this one as an example, but I might actually use this image. But let's see. Select all of your image and then you hit on flatten. Once you hit on flatten, it's a print then cut. That's what we need in order to use the Siser EasyColor DTV. It must be a print then cut on your layers panel over here. Okay, so let me just put this one aside because I might actually use it. I do like it. I'm going to upload my own image. If you want to upload your own image, you go to upload. And then from here, I'm not sure why it tells me this. From here, you can upload an image from your computer, one that you've saved, one that you've created, one that you've bought from Etsy, like any image that you want to upload. So I'm going to browse. And this is the image that I have got recently. I made it on Canva. And if you do want to use this image, no, I had another image actually. Let me get my other image. Hold on. This is one of the images that I've used. Yeah, it was for Mother's Day. I'm going to actually use this one next time, but I'm not using this one today. But yeah, this one's available on my Etsy store as well if you are interested. Let me get the one I was meant to download. If you haven't removed the background, this is the best chance for you to remove the background. Using the background remover, you'll just click on where you want your background removed. But here you can see the background has been removed already. And as I mentioned, all my images, I am going to start putting them on my Etsy. It's a new Etsy I've made just for digital images. So it is quite quiet at the moment, but I'm hoping over time I can populate it with more images and it can start picking up a bit. So yeah, I will slowly populate it as I make more videos. So when you get onto this part, you can either have multiple layers, single layers, or flat graphic. To use the Siser EasyColor DTV, you must choose flat graphic. Yeah, that's the only one that's going to work. And then continue. And then I go to upload. And it should come on here. The size may be quite big, but you can adjust it to the size that you need. Usually with the sizes, I'll show you, I usually adjust it afterwards because I like to just design first and then I adjust it afterwards. So as you can see, it's massive, 48 by 48 centimeters. So I'm just going to make it a lot smaller. And I will adjust it afterwards. So usually the maximum size, the print and cut, it will tell you here, because you can see it says print and cut. Usually if you make it too big, you get this explanation mark here. And because I only have an A4 printer, once you click the explanation mark and it says, you know, the image is too large, it must be 21 by 29 centimeters. You can either adjust it or you can let them auto resize the image. So or you can change your page size. If you have like an A3 printer, you can change page size, but I don't yet. I will get one day. Remember I said that here, guys. So auto resize image, that's what I'm going to pick. So it can pull it back to the side. So this is the largest size it can make for my print and cut. I saw this here, but I don't think I'm going to use this anymore. So let me just delete that one. I want to put some text on it as well, but my text is going to be with my writing. This is the only thing I'm going to print off with the Siser EasyColor DTV. Put Ghana Independence. Do I want to put it in capitals or lowercase? Oh, I think I want to do caps. Ghana Independence. And then I'll change the font because this font is not really giving what I want it to give. So on the side, as I picked fonts, you can change it. A BFC Foxy, that one's looking quite nice. I like to click it. My computer is really, really slow. You know what? It's so old. Oh, I quite like that one. I do quite like that one, but I feel like I need to make it much smaller because it's going to be so... I do like that font. Time to hit on make it. I'm going to turn on my printer. And then once I hit on make it, well, let me save it. Let me call it Ghana Independence. Always save it because I've had an issue before where I haven't saved my work and then my computer just crashed and I lost it was so sad. So yeah, always save your work, especially if you know it's not like a quick something you're doing. So now here you can see I've got a print and cut. So I need to load my mat with the Siser EasyColor DTV. I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. You can see the other mats here. They have got the colors that are needed for the different texts and so on. But the first one we're going to do is the print and cut. Don't mind that. That's my printer in the background. Hopefully you can still hear me. So here we are. And then I'm going to click on continue. Now that I have laid my mat. So this is the Siser EasyColor DTV. It can be used with inkjet printers. So inkjet printer compatible. So definitely get that in your any inkjet printer. So many people ask me, what inkjet printer will it work with. Any inkjet printer it will work with. Am I opening this the right way? I'm not even sure, but it's got this perforated edge where you can just open it. I don't think I'm doing let's keep on. Yeah, I think I'm getting too excited. I love it. This DTV is amazing. I'm not sure why mine's coming off like this, but let me just get into it like this. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. Okay, clear away the rubbish. One thing when you're crafting, you need to make sure you clear away your rubbish as you go, because it can get very difficult. So inside, what you actually have is Siser EasyColor DTV, some washing instructions, but I actually found more information online, like in terms of what temperature to press it at. I think it was 155 degrees Celsius that I found works really well. I love that it's all protected in here. So what comes in there for this one, you get 5, is it 5? Yeah, 5 sheets of EasyColor DTV, which is great. It's such high quality. Like, this can wash and wash and wash and wash, and it still comes out amazing. And you also get 5 sheets of their mask, which I find really, really good, and it helps you to pick up the project. I'm going to show you exactly how I use this mask. Okay, so this goes into my printer. Just make sure one side is like kind of dull, one side's a lot brighter white. The side that is brighter white, that's the side that you need to make sure that you print on. And then make sure your Cricut machine is connected via Bluetooth or plugged in with your wire. And then this part here, so here's Bluetooth. I'm going to change the cut settings as well. I'm going to show you what you need to send it to your printer. So when I send it to my printer, I'm going to show you what option I use. So pull it into your printer. It says for 4 cut sensor marks, and the direction arrow will be printed with your design to aid to cut, designed to aid in cut accuracy. I'm not even reading properly, guys, sorry. So white matte material like sticker paper, printable vinyl, or printer paper is necessary for print, then cut on your machine. I am using printable vinyl, Siser EasyColor DTV to be exact. Because my border is not white, I always say I'd bleed. If I have a white border in my design, I do not need to say I'd bleed. I'm going to turn on system dialog. Turn on system dialog. You might not have this setting on your printer. This is one reason why I love my printer, because it has this setting. But if it doesn't, I'm going to show you what setting you should use. So here you go to preferences. Sometimes this box can come up behind Cricut Design Space on some people. So some people might have to look here or close like the minus on Cricut Design Space to find this box. But every printer should have it. And you go to preferences. And then here we're going to pick our media type. Some of yours, as I mentioned, may look slightly different. The reason why I love my printer, because they've actually got an iron-on transfer. If you don't have this iron-on transfer setting, go to photo papers and pick matte photo paper. Most printers should have a matte photo paper setting. If your printer can print like photo paper or thick card, you should have it. But I've got the iron-on transfers, and I use dark fabric iron-on transfers, and this works perfect for me. I just want 1 copy. It usually comes on high quality, and because I have a back tray, I pick my rear tray. And the printer I have is a Canon TS7 450, but I will definitely link it in the description, because so many people ask me about my printer. It's an affordable printer, under £100, and it does everything in terms of basic crafting. Like, I've used it for everything, my Cricut crafts, my business, everything. And then okay, and then I just load the printer. Okay, so now I've got my mat. I'm using the Nikapa brand mat. I love their mats because they stay sticky for very long, and they're not like extremely sticky that like your cardstock's gonna stick to it and everything. They're just a perfect stickiness. This is how the printing came out. It's beautiful. I don't think my camera's doing this any justice, but it is absolutely stunning. And I need to stick it in this top corner, so exactly here you need to line it up with the 2 lines and stick it in there. My cut setting on my Cricut, I've set it to, what have I set it to? I've set it to printable iron on dark. So printable iron on dark, that's my cut setting for this, on more pressure. I found out more pressure works wonders with this. I don't like, you see it's not smudging because I used the correct printer setting. There's no smudging at all, and it's giving high quality. And I'm going to put that straight into my Cricut machine and let my Cricut machine cut this, and I'm going to show you what it's like afterwards. So here's my Cricut machine. I'm going to press this button here, and the Cricut will start reading the registration lines. The vinyl that's been cut. So one thing I love about this is that it cuts perfectly. Can you see? And because I added the bleed on, we have no white background here as well. That's why I say always add bleed when you have a coloured background. The part I'm worried about is this part. Let's just see how well my machine cut it out. If there are pieces, so you can see here, my machine didn't cut out some of these small pieces. I do have an older machine, but you know, that doesn't bother me at all. The main thing I want is for this to be like kind of squiggled like that. But apart from that, that came out really well. And then how we use this now is we put the Siser EasyColor DTV on top. You can cut it to size if you want, so you can reuse it for another time. The way I like to do it is I like to get, see, I use so many different brands. So this is Siser. This is Siser. This is Tech Wrap. I love this one though. It's got a ruler on there and it's like a really good squeegee tool. So how I usually do it, to make sure I get a smooth application, I just kind of fold it here and stick the corner down first. It doesn't matter like if it's leveled or not. It doesn't really matter. I stick the corner down and then I kind of just pull this part and just flatten it as I go. Like this. One thing I do ever so slightly is I sometimes use my weeding tool just to lift up the edges, because sometimes it can be a bit tricky to pick it up afterwards. So I do sometimes just release the edges ever so slightly. You don't have to though, it's not something I always do. And then just put this on top like that. Then I use my squeegee tool, and this is why I like this one, because it's got the felt side. I use this squeegee tool to really push this in like this. And then when it has adhered, I lift it up. Sometimes it doesn't work the first time, I'll be honest. Sometimes I need to put a bit more pressure on, but sometimes it does lift. But sometimes you do have to kind of just force it on by like releasing the edges first. That's what I've noticed. That sometimes you just have to give it a bit of encouragement. So once you've got it, you just lift it all the way up. I'm not going to lift it all the way up now, but you lift it all the way up, and then this is what you're going to put onto your heat press. But I'm going to pull it down for now, and I'm going to show you the others that I'm using. So I'm going to be using the red and yellow. This red and yellow is from HTVBOSS. So I'm going to be using the red and yellow. This red and yellow is from HTVBOSS. And then I've got this green glitter vinyl. I haven't tried it out before. It'll be my first time trying it out. It's from Vinyl Frog. I will link everything, as I mentioned, in the description in case you like it and you want to try it out for yourself as well. So I will link everything. I hope they've got the temperature settings in here, because sometimes when they don't have temperature settings, you're not too sure what temperature to use. Because I know with glitter, you've got to use a bit of a higher temperature. So I don't want to rip this paper too much in case the temperature settings are in there. Let me just open it and see. I think it's better to use this tool. Why didn't I think of that first? Oh, look what I've done. Yeah, so perfect. So you can see the temperature settings are in there. So this is their glitter. So I have to do, you know, one thing I love that it is in degrees Celsius. Like, they know they're sending this to someone in the UK, so it's the changes for degrees Celsius. The glitter, I need to put it on 160 to 170 for 8 to 12 seconds, and it's a cool peel as well. So let's try it out. So my next one to cut is the red, then the yellow, and then the green glitter. Yep. So this is the jumper. Ooh. This is the jumper I'm using. I've got my HTV Run Auto Heat Press. So as you can see, it's a black jumper. There's quite a lot of dust and debris on there. So I'm just going to use my lint roller to get rid of all of that dust. And then now we're going to get to the fun part, which is pressing a lovely design. So let me I keep my lint roller close by because I'm going to use it quite often. Okay, so now, first thing I do is find my center line. So I fold it in half. And this allows me to find my center line. I fold it in half just like this. Then I just give it a quick press, just so I know where my center line is. Give it a nice press. Then now I can see where my center line is. So I think the first thing I'm going to press, there we go. The first thing so I've got my Siser EasyColor DTV there. Let me just bring you lot down a bit so you can have a bit, yeah. And I've got my green. I would want this one to go down first. What I usually do is I fold it in half just so I can find my center line. And if that was to go, now here's my Siser EasyColor DTV. As I mentioned, I need to line it up with this as accurately as I can. Let me see if I remember where everything went. I think this went here. I think it went like that, I believe. So there we go. That's all lined up as it should be. Okay, that's all lined up as it should be. Then I'm going to get my Teflon sheet and cover that. I'm going to press this fully. I'm going to press this one fully. So I'm going to cover that and press it for 10 seconds on 155. There we go. This is looking lovely already. I'm loving it, I'm loving it, I'm loving it. Let me just need to add the last part at the bottom and I'll be done. So this is the part that I absolutely love. The peel. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Honestly, I need to get like some flash. This part that's going on. So let me move the t-shirt up a bit. I say that's my only issue with this heat press, is that bigger projects are really hard to fit, especially like if you've got a big hoodie or something like that. It can be quite tricky to fit underneath. The gap is quite small. But I heard there's a new one, the 2, where the gap is a bit bigger. So let me get this down. I think on my image I had it around here. Let's just make sure it's centered. That's the thing, because my middle line is gone now. So it's more bit of improvisation by me. So I want it to be kind of sitting on her, but not fully. I think around there. And then we're going to have this one here as well. I don't know if I should put it on the side. Oh, I might do it like that instead. Like since 1957. Look, I'm changing my design around now. Or should I keep it in the middle? Yeah, let me keep it in the middle. I always do this. I'm thinking, should I do it like that? Like offset. I kind of like it. Like, now I'm changing around my design now. I actually kind of like it. Now let me keep it in the middle. Let me keep it in the middle. I bet you lot in the comments are going to tell me I should have done it to the side. Let me fold this in half. Put that there. I'm just going to tack it down. I'm not going to pull it down fully. Just going to kind of tack it. Look, my middle line is here. I can see my middle line. I want to put this around here. This is a hot peel, so it peels off while it's hot, which I love, because when it's cold, I don't have time to wait for when it's cold. So now the last part, we're bringing this up, but you know what, I kind of like it like that. I always do this, I kind of like it like that. So let me see if I should, nah, let me pull it in. that brings it off, that pops it off completely. Sometimes you've got to stretch it a bit because it does shrink, remember, in the heat press. It does shrink. And I just want to make sure it's way at the top here. So it's got enough space to... Yes, perfect. Perfect. Guys, this is coming along beautifully. Beautifully.